All right, so I went to, my friends and I, we made a road trip to UVA to go see our friend, Jeff. Jeff was a Wahoo, went to UVA. My buddy Doug was down, he came down from Penn State. I went here in town. And Joel, where did he go? He went to Tennessee, but he was going to, he was community college, and he transferred to University of Tennessee. But the three of us decided to go make a road trip to go see Jeff at UVA. It was like a big fraternity weekend. We were going to go drink, party, whatever it is. So we got there, went to Jeff's apartment, kind of had a few beers, took a couple of shots before we went out, headed to a bar. It's probably 9-ish or so. And there's these two women. I don't know if it's right or wrong, whatever it is. We refer to them as the lesbians. But they were playing covers of all kinds of songs. And you kind of shout out something from the audience, from the bar, and they would try to play it if they knew it. And we saw our friend Mark there. Mark went to Virginia Military Institute. He was up with some buddies, and it was like, oh, hey. And we all went to the same high school. So we're like a little bit of a reunion. He's like, oh, my buddies, all that kind of stuff. He was shit-faced, drunk as shit. Just as drunk as you can without passing out. Anyway, he's like, all right, my buddies, I got this round. He bought a bunch of pitchers for the table. There's like 10 people there, so he bought a handful of pitchers. And he like dropped $100 or whatever it is. This is back in the day, so he probably got, I don't know, $50 back. I mean, he just dropped a $100 bill. Well, my friend Doug, who was a broke bitch, he took Mark's change and knew Mark was drunk and just said, hey, I got the next round, and used the change from Mark's round to buy the next one. It was funny, haha, Mark's drunk, he doesn't know about it. Well, sure as shit, after we finished those pitchers, Mark was like, all right, my turn, I got the next round. So he bought another one, dropped another $100 out there. Doug did it a second time, took Mark's change, bought the next round. This we did like 3 or 4 times, like, no shit. Like, Mark was so drunk, he just pulled out another 100, and never looked for his change. He was so tanked. Anyway, we did that, had a good time, and then myself, Doug, Jeff, and Joel, we left. We went to go hit the party, said bye to Mark, who was shouting out all these fucking random songs for these two lesbians. They had no idea what he was saying or didn't know the songs. But anyway, we went to the parties, and Doug was so drunk. I got separated with him for a while. I met a girl and tried my hand at that. Didn't really work out. And then I ran back into him later, and I ran back into them later. Doug was so drunk. He's like, oh, I'm broke. And I had a little bit of money left on me, but I was already, I'd had enough drinking. But Doug was like, man, I'm going to rob somebody. He said he was going to rob one of these UVA rich kids. He was hiding behind a tree. He said, the next person that comes by, I'm going to jump them and take their wallet and be ready to run. And I'm standing out on this like sidewalk where people would normally walk by. There wasn't a lot of people passing by. And Doug's behind this tree, like peeking around it, like he's going to jump out and dirt roll somebody for their wallet. Thank God he did not do that. But anyway, so end of the night, we had a good time. Whatever, went back to Richmond. I ran into Mark a couple of weeks later back in Richmond, and he's like, man, brother, I don't know, man. I went through like $500 that night. I was like, oh, did you? I was like, yeah, I think we went through about $500 ourselves, not telling him that, I might have gone through $100 of my own money that weekend, because we used Mark's money to buy all the beer.